It's time to get outdoors on WHTL. Are you ready? From the deepest woods to the open waters, from the rocky trails to the snowy tracks, if that happens outdoors, we're talking about it. From fishing to hiking to hunting to trail riding, we cover it all. Brought to you by Petrick Service Station, Holden Sporting Goods, Black River Express, Low Hardware, the Levis Drum Rail Riders, the Elk Ride and Gun Club, Trempealeau County Economic Development and Tourism, and the Associated Conservation Clubs with Trempealeau County. So tighten up your boots, check your hook, and fire up the engine. The adventure starts now.
And the adventure does start now. I am joined by Travis Mossman this morning. We're going to talk about all things bicycling. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing super duper.
Yeah, we've already been having a good conversation about things this morning here.
Absolutely.
So you are an avid biker, I'm assuming, and you've got your all the bike loops and everything for the Trempealeau County?
So Trempealeau Trails, we just got some new brochures printed up.
Okay.
And the trails have started a little over 25 years ago. So they've been going. It's just kind of moving along as we get it.
Yeah.
We don't, most of us, we don't make any money doing this. We just do it because we love it. And so right now we just got the new brochures out. This summer I've got a big RAGBRAI event riding across Iowa with my cousin Frank and my 15-year-old son Tyler. And so that's going to be just, I'm so excited. So we've been out training and getting ready, you know, like for months already.
Yep. Well, are you guys going to, you know, in the age of social media, are you going to post your trip online as you guys go? Or?
So we're working on it. I bought a bunch of cameras. I got some Insta360 cameras. And so getting the gear set up to do the recording of the event and, you know, what we're doing. Trying to learn all the new video editing equipment and all that, like buying new computers and stuff to try and keep up with, like, the file sizes are enormous on these cameras. And so trying to do the video of all the different loops in Trempealeau County and get some new write-ups and update the website with new information. As well as like the better content, the downloadable GPS files so that you can put them on your devices or whatever. So all this is happening slowly but surely behind the scenes, kind of quietly. Yeah. So hopefully there'll be some pretty big things coming out in the next month or two.
Yeah, that'd be cool because, you know, GPS, it works if you got signal.
Yeah, so
but the downloadable one will help?
The downloadable files are... Your bike computer can track how far you've gone, so even if you lose GPS, it'll still be able to tell you turn right here or something, you know. So, yeah, Trempealeau County has a lot of technical issues with phones and such, so we're learning as we go. I've been doing my ham radio license so that I'm trying to figure out how to increase the communication if we do events and all that, so that everybody can be safe and have ability to communicate. So
that's cool. Yeah, and a lot of these loops, I mean, people don't even know about them.
Well, the thing with it is they were developed not necessarily with the idea that Trempealeau County people would go out and bike them. It was more of a way to get people to come here as tourists and build up some tourism dollars in the area. And what I'm finding is that I think we really need to develop an internal bicycling community.
Yes.
And to help support all this, because people need to understand what we have. And what we have from the bicyclists I've spoken to that have been around the world and have spent years on a bicycle touring the world in different countries, this is as good as it gets. The bicycling here in Trempealeau County is absolutely amazing. The scenery is absolutely amazing. There was a gal that came here from the Twin Cities, and she'd been on a Portland to Portland ride, like Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon. But this was started in Portland, England, you know, like they actually biked to the airport, right? And so she said that there was over 1,000 people that went on this ride, and they had to do a survey at the end, and what was the most beautiful place that they bike through, and this part of Wisconsin ranked number 1.
Really?
It did. And so people often say that it's like bicycling around the area where the Tour de France.
Really?
Yeah. So if you train here in Trempealeau County, like there's a factor, like if you can bike 100 miles in the Twin Cities, it does not necessarily mean you can bicycle 100 miles here.
Yeah.
And so I always thought it was like a 30% difference. And I was talking to a guy the other day, and he's a world bicyclist, and he said, no, it's a 0.64. So like
really?
36% less than what you think you can do is what bicycling here is. So this isn't novice or, entry level bicycling when you get out on the loops. This is real. These bluffs are big. They're 500 feet tall. They're, you're
going to get a workout.
2 or 3 of these bluffs on them, and it's a lot. But if you can bicycle here, you can bicycle anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. And I see you got the brochures with the loops. Is there anywhere they can find the online also?
The brochures will be available through the county.
Okay.
And as well as you can get a hold through the Trempealeau Trails website.
All
and
right.
So I'm going to be out getting them out into the local businesses.
Yep.
And we've got about 3,000 of them that we're going to hand out at Ragbri. So
okay. Great. Yeah, and it's, like you said, it is one of the most beautiful places you get on some of these back roads around here, and it's one of the greatest places to bike in the world.
Oh my God. So everywhere I lived before I came here was flat. And I remember when the first time my parents brought me here, like on a tour, they didn't even say we're moving here. We just came on a car trip. And I was like, this is the coolest place I have ever been.
Yeah.
Like, I love it here. Like, the hills, the bluffs. And the thing about Trempealeau County, I've toured now through the whole Driftless area, and I believe this is one of the most unique areas within one of the most unique areas in the entire country, that our bluffs, being as narrow as they are and as close together as they are, provide like it's so much more contour.
Yeah.
There's, when you get up on the top, you can see the ridges as you go off into the distance. And when you're down in the valleys, there's all these little cool things to see. And you can ride a loop forwards and then backwards, and you could probably ride the loop 20 times and not see everything.
Yeah.
Because there's all these little nooks and crannies, and you're out there. So it doesn't get as boring, It's like, it's not just a flat road that goes off into the distance. There's always something that you can't see that you have to wait till you get around the corner.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, and there's so many of these old farmsteads, these old schoolhouses.
Barns?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. There's some places that look like 5 or 6 barns ran into each other and just decided to roof it over.
Like there is quite a few of those. Yeah. We got a rich farming history here in Trempealeau County. Well, that is so cool. Well, like you said, the thing people need to do is like we need to get a bicycle group going here.
Yeah, it would be really nice if we could get the high schools, some coaches that would be willing to teach some teens for racing or touring groups.
Yeah.
Because I think if we get some competition going on around here and get the kids out and get them all involved and hoot and holler and wave our flags around, I mean, it would be great. And I think that would probably go the farthest towards promoting tourism in Trempealeau County if we really get out there and enjoy these trails ourselves.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a good sport to get involved in, and I have noticed, post-pandemic or during the pandemic, it's like a lot more. Like my kids, 20 years plus, they started getting outdoors because things were closed down. But it really, they went and bought bikes. My daughter and her husband went and bought bikes, and they love going biking and finding these trails. So I'm going to grab one of those for them because.
And I gotta tell you, if you have a chance to go on the Sparta Elroy Trail and go through those caves, they are so
really
cool. Like my son Tyler and I were training for Ragbri, and I'm like, we had a soccer game for my daughter and over by West Salem. I'm like, we are doing this.
Yeah.
Like, this has been on my bucket list forever. They are so cool. So, like, there's a lot of great bicycling around the state of Wisconsin outside of just the Trempealeau trails that They were that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like the caves are just amazing.
Yeah, to bike through that's got to be cool.
And the echo is just very satisfying.
That's awesome. Well, I'm gonna have to check that one out. Where's that again?
The Sparta Elroy Trail.
Okay.
So it was the longest cave. We went through the 2 of the 3 caves, starting from the Sparta side. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Well, I know down in Jackson County, I'm on the county board down there, and there's a bike group that came in, and they're working on a new bike trail down there that leads down, what's the big lake there? I can't remember what it's called right now. Drawing a blank, but there's that big lake. It used to be a mine or something, just clear. So they're going to do bike trails.
Wazee.
Yeah, Wazee.
Yeah.
Yep, they're going to do bike trails that lead up there through town. They're planning this big loop, so that'll be something to look out for too.
The other one is Perot State Park just opened up a bike park as well as some mountain bike trails.
Really?
So that's really new, and that's going to be really exciting because they weren't allowing bicycles in the state parks.
Okay.
Because I had tried exploring this when I first started with the president of the Trempealeau Trails, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not doing that." And now all of a sudden they are.
Okay.
It started with the fat bike trails that Kevin from the Green Heron bicycle shop.
Mm-hmm.
He got them going with the fat tire bike trail out of Perot State Park to that wildlife preserve.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. I biked that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so I think that got Perot State Park officials thinking bigger, and this might be what led all from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so great. Yeah, it's good to see that it's growing out there. So, is there anywhere online you want us to direct people to kind of find you, to find more, maybe get connected and?
Yeah, that'd be tourdetremp.com.
Okay.
Tourdetremp.com. So there's several websites.
Yeah.
You can, all the domain names that have ever been on any brochure are all still live.
Okay.
I pay for them. They all go to the same place. So if you've ever had a website address for the Trempealeau Trails, he'll get you there.
All right. That's awesome, Travis. Anything else you want to cover before we get going today?
No, I think we're doing pretty good.
All
I'm
right.
just really excited about this next season here,
Yeah.
and I'm, gearing up and having a good time. I bicycled up by Osseo the other day. And
Okay.
Wow, that's totally different than bicycling from here to Blair or Arcadia. Osseo has these nice kind of up and downs. It's more like an Iowa hill.
Yeah.
And then, you go around here and you out of Whitehall, almost all the loops have some pretty serious bluffs, but, Arcadia's got some huge monsters.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And then there's Montana Hill. I mean, so if you want any type of challenge, this place can do it for you.
Yep.
And I'm trying to develop some routes that are flat-ish.
Okay.
And so out of Whitehall, you could bicycle to Independence or Blair without going over a bluff. But it's more of you go there and then you come back on the same route.
Cool.
Kind of a thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Travis, thank you so much. We're going to have to get you back in
All
here
right.
to talk more
Well,
another day.
that'd be great.
Yeah, thank you. That's been Get Outdoors. We're going to get back into the hits right after this.
Back by popular demand, it's Sneaky Pete's Wild West Dinner Show at the Legacy Dinner Theater in Wisconsin Dells. All summer long, you'll enjoy all-you-can-eat chicken, plus the sides, along with soup, dessert, and unlimited non-alcoholic